Guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are going to be doing a tier list of, a bunch of these. How do I change the size of the page? There it is. A bunch of ballad songs, right? This is the tier list, the 2024 ballad song tier list, and we're just going to do them in the order here. I've arranged them in kind of the ones that I recognize and the ones that I don't really recognize. So yeah, please do help me out at the end if you do see the ones that I don't recognize, because I'll be honest with you, I've only got a 1080p monitor and it's like 22.5 inches or whatever it is, or 21.5. And the pictures are just way too small. And so, yeah, I've only organized very briefly. I've not taken an actual close look. I've just been like, what can I identify enough to be able to, see what the ballad song is. But here is a ballad song tier list for 2024. And you're going to really test my ballad song name knowledge. And I feel like I'm going to absolutely butcher them, because if I struggle to remember people's names, God help me with ballad song names. But we're going to start off with an easy one, which I believe is okay. I can already see that I have no clue what this second one is, right? But we have The Replicant as the first one. Ooh, now that's a pretty it's a classic staple, right? I think I have to put it low A. I think there's stuff that's much better than the Ooh, but it's really modifiable. So you know what? Replicant I think will be our first high A ballad song. And so just because it's an absolute classic, right? There's a sneak peek at what ballad songs are coming up. But yeah, just because the rep's an absolute classic, it's so modifiable, you can do so much with it. It's just a fantastic ballad song. I think it has to be a high A class. And then we have, okay, we're starting off with some real heavy hitters here. The EX11, I believe this is. That's already also a fantastic ballad song. Now I've not flipped at EX11, but I do prefer how it looks to the rep. And I've heard only good things about the X ballad songs. Then we have the Lucha, the Flightanium Lucha. I'm going to put this at a strong B class, right? I think it's a cheap live blade, an original design with, some aluminium scales. It's a solid ballad song. It's a bit too big in my opinion, but, it is what it is. Now here we have, okay, we're starting with a proper heavy hitter here, the Zizix. Now, I've only heard things about the Zizix, which, in my opinion, it's one of the ballad songs that, maybe I'll own one day. It's kind of a bit of a grail for me, myself. And so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think that will be our first S-tier ballad song. The fact that it comes with a soundtrack at the pricing of some of the other ballad songs, like something like this, cheaper than this, and it comes with a soundtrack, that's a good deal. And I think I'm going to probably also have to award the Tsunami up here with the Zizix in the S class, just because the Tsunami, I mean, this thing is absolute goat, but it doesn't get as much as the Zizix because it sounds good, but it sounds worse than it should. For $760, I think they're showing at Blade Show, or $800. They're pretty pricey for what you get, but it is a fantastic piece of milling. It's an absolutely beautiful design, and so yeah, I can already see some ballad songs that I'm already going to struggle to recognize. But next up is the Nabalis Morse. Now, I don't think this thing is great. I'm going to put it at low C. Or maybe what I should do is kind of reserve this for like absolute S tier. Yeah, but these are kind of high A class ballad songs. I would recommend these very easily. Yeah, okay, you know what? I'll say low C. In fact, maybe I'll put it in D tier. I mean, it's cheap. It's a good entry point. It's actually, you know what? I'll keep it low C. It's a good entry point to ballad songs. Here we have, a bunch of aluminium ballad songs here. This is something by NRB, and forgive me, NRB, but I can't remember the names of a bunch of these ballad songs that I've only seen like once or twice. And so, yeah, this is an NRB ballad song. It's aluminium. I know that. It's a trainer. I think it'll chill here in C. I think the average ballad songs, I'll just chuck them in C. This has only reached B because it's a live blade, and live blades are obviously inherently more expensive due to requiring a blade rather than just some CNC'd trainers. So, and the Lucha I think is like $100 and something, so it's not bad. The Nabalis G10. This thing was good for the price, but it's gonna sit in E. It's just gonna sit in E. I'm sorry, Nabalis, but as much as I love you guys, and you're doing great things, the Morse was a much heavier hitting ballad song for not that much more than the G10. The G10 at the time was great, but as in the context of the ballad song market today, it's not fantastic. Up next, now I believe this is the NRB something ultralight. I've heard pretty good things about this. I'm going to put this in a high C. Um, I think it's a pretty solid battle song. Similar thing with the Max Ace Serpent Striker V3. This is going to get a B plus because this is a titanium original design battle song with G10 scale, so some modifiability, at a similar price to this guy here. At least it was for a point in time. I may be completely out of my head in terms of pricing, and I'm also counting into looks, right? Like, I think the X11 looks fantastic, but yeah, I don't want to make this video too crazy long, so I'm kind of trying to speed along a little bit. The Flightanium Talisong Z. This thing, it is going to be a solid B class. It's on bearings. It's a bit wonky, but it's a good battle song. It looks great. I wish it came in silver instead of just black. The Alpha Beast, it's going to have to be a high A as well. I would put it above the Replicant personally, but objectively I can't put it above the Replicant. It's a little less customizable, but in my personal opinion, it's a much more legendary battle song. The Alpha Beast is like an honorary S tier. But yeah, moving on to the Monarch. The Monarch is going to be a low A, to be honest. If it came to just flipping performance, it's going to be, here, if not kind of pushing, here somewhere. But it's below, what is it, $1,000? $1,000 is quite a lot of money, so like maybe it deserves to be here, high A. You know what? We'll give it the bottom of high A just for being really good flipper, but it's very expensive. Up next is, what is this? I think this is the Toa Zeus. Now I could be completely wrong here, or the Toa Poseidon. I have absolutely. It's a very tiny image, and so I've not seen too much about this battle song. It is going to go in C tier. It's not super cheap from what I've seen, but it's a nice battle song. Up next is the Bali Trident. This is going to be like a low C. I think it's a good battle song, but I think it could do better. Then we've got, I think this is the Stitch Steel Kukri thing. And this is going to probably be our first low A tier battle song. It's a Kukri, it's absolutely beautiful. It's titanium. It's a fantastic battle song. Please forgive me if I'm naming the battle songs wrong, but I'm saying what I think the battle song is, so you know where I'm putting that on the list. Then is the BRS Barebones. The BRS Barebones, it's steel, right? So it's going to be a low C tier battle song. For the price that this thing is, well, I can't put it there. For the price that it is, it really should be a lot more, but it's BRS, it's one of the older brands. So there. Here is the Bar Akuda. I think this thing here, the Bar Arcuda. This guy is going to go in B+. I think this is a fantastic battle song. And the same thing with the Barfly. It's going to be like in a similar place. The Superfly, I think I could probably put above the Serpent Striker. It's almost bordering that low A. I think for the price that this thing is, an original American-made design in titanium, that's pretty fantastic. Now we have the Gaboon, the Fellowship Blades Gaboon. I'm going to put it here in the top of low A for now as a benchmark, so you can kind of see what kind of battle songs we're fitting in here. I mean, unfortunately, it does just get more exponentially expensive, but it's like it is what it is, right? Here we have the Benchmade 42. Now, the Benchmade 42 is going to be a bit of a controversial opinion, but this is another of those honorary S tier ballad songs. But it's actually not that good a ballad song, so I'm going to put it in the top of B. Because I think it is an absolutely stunning looking ballad song. It doesn't flip as good as anything above here. And honestly, it doesn't even flip as good as some of these things, or these offerings here. But for the heritage and the kind of prestige that comes with the Benchmade 42, despite the absurd prices that they're going for now, I think it deserves a B+. Now the 51, I think I can give it an honorary B, just because it's not as prestigious as the 42, and it's a much worse flipper because it's just tiny. So yeah. Here I believe is a Black Balisong something. I don't know, man. Yeah. I think I know what this Balisong is, and if this is like the Black Balisong, it looks like the handle design of Black Balisong kind of stuff. I think this is also like an honorary B tier. It could be a bit cheaper, but it's a nice Balisong. I've heard good things about them. The Swordfish, their Swordfish is going to go into D. I thought this was really cool when it came out, but a lot of people have had problems. The fact that it's $200, it's really pushing it for Squid, right? I think they have much better offerings at lower price points, or even at similar price points. So, yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? I'll stick with D for now. and we'll see if we rearrange anything later. The BRS Barebones. This looks like the aluminium barebones, and the aluminium barebones, you know what, we'll give it a low C. It's going to be higher than the steel one, but you know, it is what it is. This looks like a Fior trainer. I think I just have to put this in like bottom of C. It's very expensive. I have no clue about it, so that's the only reason why it's going here. I'm just going to put it as average because I don't know enough about it. Here looks like a Squiggle Rep. I've heard pretty good things about Squiggle Reps, and the color is really, really pretty. So the Squiggle Rep is going to get a low A here. You know, honorary with the replicant there. I don't know if it counts, Squiggle Rep versus regular Rep, but you know, it is what it is. The Glider OG4, this looks like, and the OG4 is going to come, you know, to the top of C class because C is, I mean, this is a fantastic battle song for the price, and it's like $160 or something like that. It's not super expensive. It's a really, you know, generic, basic battle song, but it's good. Oh, the Marin for me. This is another high A tier. I think it goes there. The Marin is an absolutely beautiful knife there. So you know we have to give the Marin an honorary place there in high A tier. Need I say more? Next up we have the Benchmade 47, and this is going to go kind of here, simply because I prefer the 51. And I really like the Weehawk blade for this, and I just don't think the Tento blade looks great on a Benchmade. The Kuno. Now, the Kuno is actually going to take a spot up here at the top of B tier. The Kuno is a very interesting battle song. I really, really enjoy it. And so I think it deserves a spot there. So that's what I'm going to say about that. You can find me in the comments if you so please. Up next is this guy here, which is this the Magnet? If it's the Magnet, I want to put the Magnet. Ooh, I want to put the Magnet. Well, I guess it has to kind of go top of A, really low A. You know, it doesn't reach quite legendary status like some of these other battle songs here, simply because it's less known. But the fact that these can be customized to whatever you like, really. I mean, honorary S tier again, to be honest. Up next is the Fellowship Blades Medusa, I believe the current one. This is going to come right up here in kind of the low A tier. I'm going to put the Gaboon a bit higher just because the Gaboon fits my preferences a bit more. And then also here we have the Frankenforge Vortex. It's one of the Chamwich ones. It's a really nice battle song. I think it's fantastic. I think it deserves a spot here. That's where I'm going to put it. And up next is what looks like... oh, I don't know. I was going to say a Kraken, but that doesn't really look like a Kraken, so we'll skip it for now. The X11, personally, I think it's a little bit prettier than the X... Oh, but is it really? I think just for the heritage, it has to go above the X11, but yeah, it's up there. The Antarctic, or Arctic, I really don't know. I can't tell them apart. If you put them side by side, I can, but you know, I think it's a better battle song than this, the OG4, but yeah, it's what it is. The Squid Industries Squid Trainer, the current one. I'm going to put this at the top of C tier / bottom of B tier because it is the perfect, better than mid battle song. It is not rubbish. It's not amazing. It's a bit expensive, but it's actually kind of reasonable. It's a great battle song. It's just going to go, you know, right there in the middle of the tier list at the moment. Next up we have this Pom, looks like a Basilisk. Don't know which Basilisk. Me personally, the Basilisks are going to come, you know, here. I think they're better than those, better than the Serpent Strikers. And there's a couple of them actually. There's a Carbon Fiber Basilisk that looks like here. I think it's a bit nicer. This one here will go there. And then my personal favourite, which is actually the Eye Basilisk. I'll put it above the Superfly, to be honest, but not quite as legendary as this. That's my HOM lineup ranking there. Hold on, that's my Seraph photo! Okay, Seraph is an S tier. I'm going to put it above the Tsunami, but below the Zizix, because it's cheaper than both of these options and comes with, you know, cooler stuff. With more stuff, I should say. It comes with spare hardware, and actually it doesn't, does it? It comes with, I don't know, it's on the similar level. These two have been compared to be quite similar, but that's my particular one, so you know, that's probably should be up there. But I don't know who made this, but you know, you used my picture, so you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. The Prisma. Now, the Prisma is a fantastic battle song. It is going to be in the B plus tier, and I'm actually going to throw it there. Prisma is an absolutely fantastic battle song. Oh, we've got another BB Barfly thing. So yeah, that'll make its way over there. Oh, the X11T. Oh, I think that's gonna make itself all the way to the top of A class because I think this is a fantastic deal, right? These things are like $350. They're relatively cheap for how legendary they are, but the T8 hardware, and they're just not as legendary as some of these other offerings. But it is what it is. The Sliff T. Now I don't know if I've handled one. The Sliff T is an absolutely goated battle song, and it's, you know what? I think it goes there. No, there. Right. That's the Sliff T. That's its ranking. This is the Max Ace Covenant. I'm gonna put it kind of here with the other Max Ace, because it's just kind of cool. The TF2 Spy by Atropos, I believe. This is a pretty cool battle song. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna put it there. This is a really cool battle song. I have no clue anything about it. I just think it's cool. So TF2 is a cool game. LDY Sirius. LDY Sirius is like a Kraken level battle song, isn't it? And so I'm gonna put it here. Right, it's a very, very good battle song. You can see B+ seems to be like the better than average battle songs. Oh, actually, for the price, yeah, but I don't know if I can justify some of these. Like, I think that's gonna have to go. Oh, hang on, yeah, no, the 51 is better than the BB Barfly stuff in my opinion. So I think actually the 51 will come here, and that can stay there. But Bar Arcuda will be like this, right? There we go. So slightly revamped order. This looks like the Orion, LDY Orion. This thing, you know what? This is a low A tier battle song. This thing is better than the Sirius because this thing is $85 and is absolutely phenomenal for the price. This is another Frankenforge one. This is the other one. Not the Vortex, but the Voltaic, I think. This is also a very, very cool battle song. I think it's just it's a super awesome battle song. I'm going to throw it here. I think this is the right place. No, I'm going to put it at the top of B, to be honest. I really like this battle song. It's really cool. Up next is the Embargo. The Embargo is a high A tier battle song. It's regarded as one of JK's best knives. It's an absolute stunner. Up next is the Light Tech. I think that's the Light Tech. And the Light Tech is also a pretty cool battle song, to be honest. I think it's going to hit nicely in the kind of low A category. I think I'm going to put it there. It's not the prettiest, in my opinion, but it's a JK knife. I mean, he makes some pretty fantastic knives. The Monarch V1. Ooh. I think I'm going to put it there because I think it's pretty close to the Monarch V2. But I mean, it's missing some pretty key things, in my personal opinion. All right, up next is the Orca. I nearly said the one Orca, but the Orca, I think that also deserves the kind of legendary status. It's regarded as one of JK's best knives. I personally prefer the Monarch to the Orca, and so I think it deserves that kind of high A, bottom of high A status. Up next is the G10 Orca, which is apparently really good, but it's $600. So it's going to go high B because it's a very good performing knife, and I think anyone would be absolutely chuffed to bits to have one. But it's just way too expensive for what it is. So in fact, I'm actually going to put it there. There, yeah. I think that's where I'll put it in comparison to some of those other battle songs. The Opus, the Machine-Wise Opus, the magnum opus of Machine-Wise. I think it deserves its rightful spot here. The Opus is an absolutely phenomenal battle song. And yeah, there's not much I can say more about it. The Madco. The Madco is also probably up here in this general area. I feel bad putting things above the... Oh, but it is a better flipper. And it's probably a bit more normal than the Kuno. The Madco, it's the Madco. I wish it was a bit more and a little bit cheaper. But it's nothing super special. It's just the Madco, right? Here's another NRB battle song. This is the one with like the screw weights in the bottom. I'm going to throw this guy in beta here. I think this guy is pretty cool. Up next is the Chioni. I can't remember who makes the Chioni, but it's the Chioni. This thing is really cool. There's very few of them around. I've heard it's a bit of a weird flipper, and so I think it's going to go at the top of C class, even though realistically, no, I think it's probably a low B. It's a bit of a funky flipper, but it is what it is. Here is the Arctic/Antarctic, and these two are basically the same. So these three are more or less interchangeable. These two are interchangeable more or less. Up next is the... Oh no, this might be the magnet. I have no clue. If this is the magnet, it's going to go where I put what I already said was the magnet, and then I don't know what this is. Whatever. We're going on. Next up is a Fior Balisong. The Fior Balisongs are like, you know, they're works of art, to be honest. They are really, really pretty. It's going to go at the bottom of S tier. They have something, I don't know. I can't justify putting it in S tier. I think it's going to be an A tier then. It's going to be a low A tier, and it's going to go there. Above the Slifty, not quite as grail-worthy as like the Monarch V1, for example. Up next, then the Balis Wing. Now, this is like a sheep's foot balisong. This thing's really cool, actually. So I'm actually going to throw it like up here, because there's like a false edge that you can get. In fact, yeah, I think there's a good place. This is really cool. It's made by Artsy, and I think I'm going to throw the Volp in just below it here, because the Volp is also a fantastic option for beginners. This is a really, really awesome option right there. Then we have the Telesto. Telesto is another A-tier balisong, and I think it belongs right up here. The Henniger Designs Telesto. It's a fantastic balisong. Up here with the Orca V2, I think this goes in the S-tier category. I think this is an absolutely fantastic balisong. Do I like it better than the Orca? No, but it looks so much... than the Monarch, sorry? No, but it looks fantastic. It's a really good flipper. Oh, I can't justify putting it above the X's, to be honest. So I think actually it'll probably go here. It's probably one of my favorite JK Design knives. Up here is just the regular Lucha, and I'm going to put it in D tier. In fact, it's going to go even below the Swordfish. It's a boat. Unless you want it for EDC, in which case it's at the S, right? But for anything else, it's D tier. The Cygnus. The Cygnus is pretty good. I'm going to put it at the bottom of A, because I think it's better than the Madco and the Kuno, for similar money. Especially because you get quite a lot with it. But like the Orion's so much better value, in my opinion. So, ooh, BA Bali's Sagaya. Now this is a cool balisong that I have zero experience with. So I'm actually just going to throw it in right there, because I think that's where I would probably place it. It's a really unique balisong. I think it's super cool. The Kraken Trainer. It's going to go in low C for me. As objectively good as the Kraken Trainer is, I really don't enjoy it. Black Balisong Reaper. This is going to be like another of those B tier balisongs that makes it very difficult. I'm going to throw it here, below some of the bass stuff. I think this is the Atropos Demon or something like that. This thing's really cool, but I also know literally nothing about it, so I'm just going to put it here in the lower end of B class. Oh, okay. Then we have the Stitch Steel. This thing is actually quite cool. And so for me personally, I think I'm going to throw it. I'm going to put it here. This is a really cool balisong. I know this thing's like $1,000 and they're like handmade entirely, but they're super cool. But you know, I think it's just not for me personally, from what I've seen of it. So yeah, here's the Bowie Benchmade 42. It's on the same level as the other 42. Do you know what I mean? It's like a mid B tier kind of balisong. It looks better than it though. Okay, here we have the Empusa. This is the Empusa as well, not the Empress. And I think this is going to be at the top of low A tier, to be honest. This is an absolutely phenomenal balisong. Yeah, Empusa, really, really great balisong. I really like it. Here is what looks like a Kraken Tanto. Kraken Tanto, I mean, can you really put it anywhere other than A? I mean, it's the Kraken, isn't it? I think a Kraken deserves its spot there. Even though realistically, it's like here, in terms of like boringness, but it's such a good flipper that you can't really deny it. Squiddy B, I'm going to put in... I'm going to put in C tier. It's in low C tier because it's still way too expensive. The Squiddy, the regular one, it's going to go... You know what? It's better than this. And I guess it's better than that because you can take it on a plane, so I guess that goes there. The Triton, it's not worth your money, so yeah. The Nautilus, however, is quite a cool balisong, and I'm going to throw it there. I think it's a cool balisong. It should not cost the same as a Kraken Trainer, but I prefer the balance on it, so that's why it goes there. Up next is the Telesto. Not the Telesto. Sorry. It's the Sentinel. It's the Sentinel. And the Sentinel for me is going to slot right here. Yeah. I really like the Sentinel. I think it's actually... I'm actually going to put it above the Kraken. I think it's cooler than a Kraken. But not quite cooler than the Slifty. Yeah, I stick with that. The Buoy Kraken. I don't really like the Buoy Kraken. It's going to come in at the bottom. It's going to come in top of B. Oh, man, I like them. Yeah, you can kind of see. That's where the Buoy Kraken will go, more respective of the actual Kraken's position. Here is the Tsunami Trainer. It's going to go in a solid there, because it's a good flipper. It's just two handle bias. The live lid's better, right? I mean, that's the difference the trainer makes. You know what I mean? S and B, right? The Mako is actually quite good. I do quite like the Mako, and the Mako is quite good value. And so I think I'm going to put it at the top of B class, to be honest. I think it's like the perfect B class balisong. The Gale. The Gale's not that special to me, to be honest. It'll come at the bottom of B. Up next is the Sagaya, but didn't we already do the Sagaya? Okay, you can see, here's me not knowing what balisongs are which, so please inform me what are these two balisongs. And this video is already way too long, but hopefully, you know, those of you who are interested in this kind of tier list kind of stuff, you will watch this video a bit more. Tachyon 2, absolutely legendary balisong. You know, it's one of the OGs, but it's not actually that great. So, I believe this is the Archangel as well. I'm going to put it here with the other OG balisongs. I think it's cooler than the 51 was cooler. If that's not the Archangel, I am very sorry. The screen is very tiny, and like, what the hell is this? I don't even know what this is, right? Like, dude, what is this? I don't know. I think the rest of these balisongs, actually, I'm not really sure if I recognize. I recognize some of them, but I have no clue what they're called. Like, I know what this is. This is an NRB balisong. I think because of that, you know, it goes kind of there. But otherwise, that might be the Stitch Steel one, actually. Not Stitch Steel. Oh, I don't even know, man. I think that's the other Henneke Designs balisong, but I'm not certain. I cannot see what that is for the life of me. Oh, dude, this is the Ryworks Katana one. My bad. It's gonna go there. My bad. That's what that is. What else? That looks like it could be a light tech, but it's not because the blade's wrong. This is, I don't know. It's cool though. I feel like I've seen this before, but I have no clue. That's just a bunch of holes. That's another like Kukri or maybe Buoy belts. I don't know, man. These images are so small. This has a crisp blade, which is really cool. And I mean the rest of these. Yeah, if you guys know what these are, please let me know in the comments, because I have absolutely no idea. I'm just thinking, this looks like something by BRS. Maybe this is the Thai Bear Bones? The Thai Bones? I don't know, man. I think that's the Thai Bones. The Thai Bones, you know what? It's actually alright. It's going to go there. It's way too expensive for what it is, but it's a good flipper. Yeah, the rest of these, I am completely lost. Is that the Toa Hades? No, it's the wrong blade shape. I feel like I should know what this is. And oh, that's the Solo! Oh my goodness. The Solo is also an honorary S tier balisong. The Handsome Metal Solo. That's a... Yeah, I'm gonna... No. It's pretty legendary. I do like the Solo. But it's almost there. You know what? I think it can be honorary, just about made it into S class. It's just squeezed by. And so, yeah. That is my 2024 tier list. I've not put any in trash because any balisong is better than none. I was close to putting the Squiddy there, but the Squiddy is actually quite good. Yeah, let me know what you think. What would you change? Please fight as much as you can in the comments below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.